So look, I don't really like doing these types of videos because it seems like I'm just complaining about something or, oh, you're being too pessimistic about the team. Look, there are a couple things that this team has done of recent that's kind of irked me, and I wanted to talk about that, okay? So, the first part that happened was recently on the 16th of June. Jerry Jones went out and he had a talk with one of these reporters about how um nothing's determined out there at all. There's something that I've never really decided upon almost until a week or two before I do, and that's regarding the Ring of Honor. Why do I bring that up? We're not even close to a year to the date of which Jimmy Johnson and Jerry were on live television before the Hall of Fame game, and he said that he was going to be in the Ring of Honor after being pressed by Terry Bradshaw. And what makes it more annoying is Troy Aikman's there. Okay, and it really feels as if you know, there's a sign of disrespect there, and I think that rubbed me the wrong way when Jerry said that, and I'm hoping that something happens. I would be grateful for that to occur, but it feels like this is just another one of Jerry's snake tactics, to put it bluntly. And it's not as bad as his son. Like, there was a time where I would say maybe like a month or two ago, where Stephen Jones went out and said, hey, you know what? We're not done in free agency. Well, what's going on? We have waited almost, and I'm going to say after the draft, okay? We have waited a while, and the Cowboys still haven't done anything. April 30th, all right? April 30th was when the draft ended. After that, you don't have to get hit with comp picks, getting taken away from you. Right? And we're now approaching almost 2 months after the draft. Cowboys haven't done anything. And I'm not saying they have to go sign every single free agent, but you just said that we were not done in free agency. Okay, you had guys out there that you could have gone and signed, and you didn't. Like, oh, are you going to go bring in T.Y. Hilton because James Washington's apparently hurt? No? Okay. Were you going to go after Tyrann Mathieu before he went to the Saints? Like, what are we doing? Like, it really feels like we're not trying. And this was especially noted during the initial part of free agency. And I want to just say this. Anybody that's like, oh, well, you're overreacting. Oh, you got to be patient. The Cowboys... I don't care anymore. I'm not here to listen to people try to tell me to, relax. The Cowboys do this. They do this every year, and what has been the result? Oh, but back then, they spent all these draft kits. I understand. I lived through that. And you know what? I would rather be over-aggressive and try than not try at all. And this is why. Von Miller could have come to Dallas, whether you liked him coming in or not. The Cowboys didn't even give him an offer. That is embarrassing. They didn't even give him like a vet minimum deal or a $5 million deal. Like, nothing. Nothing. You had the Randy Gregory debacle. All this other shit. And you expect me to be confident that this year, we're going to do something. Get the hell out of here. I really don't want to hear it. Yes, we're going to talk about where I feel this team's at. I'm going to talk about certain Cowboys reporter that I have a particular issue with. Those videos are coming. And I'm kind of waiting till we get a little bit closer to July to start pushing those out, because I want that to come out and then training camp starts and we're all good to go. But I'm not here to buy into what happens every single year, where, like, last year, for example, it's like, okay, you got a Micah Parsons, you got all these nice young players. Oh, Dan Quinn coming in. What is the... Oh, what? You got Dan Quinn for another year? Which, that's awesome. I'm not trying to downplay that. That's great. But now you have a question mark. Is Mike McCarthy going to be here next year? And whether he deserves to be fired or not, we'll see. What are you going to do offensively? Are you going to do anything to pay your guys early before their contracts come up? It's the same stuff every single year. And I guarantee you that, you know, if they go about this the way that they've done it, nothing's going to change, guys. Like, I don't want to buy into the dumb fucking shit of, okay, well, we're going to still win the division. I don't give a damn about winning the division anymore. If that's the only thing we're riding our hats on, that's a problem. I'm not saying that winning the division isn't good. Like, yes, it is a stepping stone to getting where you ultimately want to go. It's an automatic ticket to the playoffs. No question. But we need higher expectations. And, you know, the expectation with how this organization has had and its legacy is winning a championship. Don't lower the expectations. The standard is to win a championship, as with any other team should be. I'm not sitting here trying to dabble with other teams in the division that aren't either on the same level, or maybe they're sort of like, even in like some years where they're the same. I don't care. I just want to do something after the regular season. Okay, when you look at this Dak Prescott era that we're in for recent memory, you have one playoff victory in 3 postseason appearances. Now, considering you had the guy quarterback in your team for 6 seasons, you know, and in that particular span of time, making the playoffs 50% of the time, okay, that's fine. But we got to do something more. We'll see how things go this year, but I'm not buying into the hype. You cannot convince me otherwise. I'm not buying into this shit again. You can do it. I'm not saying anybody here cannot do that. But I don't want to hear shit if something happens this year. Like if we disappoint, or we get back to the playoffs but we're a one and done or some crap like that. You know, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but we got to remember what this team has in the front office and what they're hoping. They're hoping our young talents can come through and save the... Listen, you got Micah Parsons, you got Dak Prescott, you got all these guys here, but god damn it, you can't rely on all of them to carry you, especially if, God forbid, one of them has a bad game. Using the finals for an analogy, for those that don't know, I am a Golden State Warriors fan. I don't want to hear the bandwagon. I don't care about that right now. But the fact is if one guy has a bad game, you have another guy there to back him up. And at least with them, they can develop the talent. You know, they got a great coaching staff. They are like the antithesis of the Dallas Cowboys. You know, it's like I'm watching the Cowboys and they're acting all this pretentious, like they're the smartest people in the room when they're not. So look, guys, I'm trying not to feed pessimism to everybody, but all I'm saying is just, you know, cautious optimism, or let's temper our expectations a bit. So, alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and catch you guys in the next video. I'm going to wait a little bit before we start the position evaluations, primarily because, again, I don't want to go too far in. So, with that being said, I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.